you boys and girls really wanted to know how to tell time this year. And we looked at the clock and we watched the clock. But we're going to go over how to tell time to the hour. And today we're even going to make a little clock. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's listen to this first. That's the right one.
Do you know what time it is?
I don't know. What time is it?
To find out what time it is, we can look at a clock.
Okay, quick.
Let's begin by repeating the hours of the day after me. Let's go. 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
We have to be at
4
school at
o'clock.
3 o'clock.
We have to be at school at 3 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
It is 9 o'clock right now.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Notice how the red arrow, or shorthand, moves around the clock pointing to each number, or hour of the day. Notice how the blue arrow, or longhand, stays pointing at the 12. This is how we know what hour of the day it is. Let's practice the hours of the day one more time.
Hooray!
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
You did an awesome job. Congratulations.
Super cool.
All right, so
Click on the boxes above
Now, last
for more
week-
videos.
I believe it was last week we were really into clocks and I showed you how the hour hand goes around, the minute hand goes around, and the second hand goes around. We looked at our clock and we were watching that really closely. We were counting for lunchtime.
minutes though?
What about minutes? So right now, right now we're going to learn time to the hour, and then we can learn about what the minute hand does. Okay, so the first thing you want to make sure you know when you learn about clocks is time to the hour. So I'm going to put a big clock up here.
What type of old shoes?
Remember how we showed you how 12 is at the top?
Yep.
And you're always going to have 3 over here, 6 down at the bottom, and 9 here. And then you could fill it in 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a little longer hand is the minute hand. We are going to look at a routine of this little girl or boy, or these boys and girls, their routine, when they start the day and what they do throughout the day. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is over here. Who can read that up there at the top for me? Eastland.
I make my bed at.
Okay, I make my bed at. Now look at how the clock is. The clock has the, we'll go with the shorter hand being the hour hand. And we'll make, oops, spell right, hour hand. And the longer hand,
The right hand.
and the hour, or excuse me, the minute hand, the longer one.
Minute hand is the long.
Okay, hours shorter, minutes longer. Whenever you tell time to the hour, the minute hand is the longer hand and it points to the 12. Okay, so does that clock look like that? Where it says I make my bed at? What time does that say? What do you think? First you have to say the shorter hand, so you have to say 6 o'clock. So this little boy wakes up at 6 o'clock and makes his bed first thing when he wakes up. That is early. That's what time I have to get my kids up here, or get up in the morning so I can get here on time. So maybe some of you get up at 6, maybe you're more like 7. But somewhere around 6 o'clock you wake up and you make your bed. So this is how we write it.
I
There's
wake
a
up at
line.
6. I can
There's,
wake up at
you
6.
see this line here? And there's, okay. 2 dots. Okay, on this side you're gonna write 6. And then o'clock on a clock looks like that, 0, 0. So up there, right above his bed, right above and next to his bed, because it's not right above his bed, it's next to his bed. Write 6 o'clock. That's how we write 6 o'clock. Okay, well this is 6 o'clock in the morning. Now look to the picture next to it. Okay, so let's look to the picture next to it. Oops. I did not want to do that. All right, the one next to it. Oop, I must have do the hour hand before I did that. Okay. Oh, I drew the hour hand before I wrote that. Okay. I didn't want to. Okay, so once again, the short hand is going to be the hour hand. And the longer hand is going to be the minute hand. So who can read that sentence to me? Aiden, go. I eat breakfast at. Now the shorter hand is pointing to the 7. So we say that number first, 7. And the minute hand is at the 12. So it's 7 o'clock. So he makes his bed at 6 o'clock. This boy, or the other boy makes his bed at 6 o'clock. But this boy eats breakfast at 7 o'clock. So this is how you're going to write it. 7
That's the one after.
o'clock. Right?
That's the minute after.
That's the hour, the next hour. Yes, you're right, the next hour. Okay, now let's go down to the next row here. And who can tell me that sentence? Isla, go ahead.
I go to school at 8 o'clock.
The shorter hand, the hour hand points to the 8, so you say that one first. So what time is it?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. We have to be here by 8 o'clock. So this is what we write on the line. 8, there's the 2. 8 o'clock. All right, good. What about the one next to it? Amanda, can you read that? What time do you think there? This girl at school eats a snack at 10 o'clock.
What?
That's when she eats her snack at school. 10. she might have lunch later than we do. All right, so over here, the snack right 10 o'clock. Okay, who can read the one in the next row?
We got
Was it a turn? Minas.
I eat lunch at 12 o'clock.
What time, Minas? I eat lunch at, so she's got the hour hand pointing at the 12 and the minute hand pointing at the 12, so she eats lunch at 12 o'clock.
Just like us. No, we eat at 11 o'clock.
Well, we eat at 11 o'clock, that's why she has a snack in the morning. All right, then one next to it. This is after school. We're gonna turn reading at Charlotte.
I eat dinner at 12.
We gotta look at the smaller hand first, it's pointing down.
6 o'clock.
And then the long hand points to the 12, you say o'clock. So 6 o'clock. So she eats dinner at 6 o'clock. So go ahead and write 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock at night. Okay.
Not the 6 o'clock in the morning.
All right, the next row.
That'd be crazy.
Ethan. What time do you think? 7 o'clock. Very good. The shorter hand, the hour hand points to the 7. The minute hand points to the 12. 7 o'clock is what time he takes a bath. All right, the next sentence. Madeline, you want to read that to us?
I read a book at 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock. So they read a book at 8.
I'm supposed to be sleeping at 8 o'clock.
Well, they might be able to, this person might be able to stay up a little later. So here's 8 o'clock.
That's what time I eat.
Oh, this girl goes to sleep a little later. Maybe it's the weekend. Who hasn't read yet? Ben, can you read this one down here?
I go to sleep at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So the short hand, the little hand's on the 9. Yeah, I'm going to say it's the weekend, not a school night. So 9 o'clock. And this is what you get to do now. This last one here. Georgia, can you read it to us? This one right here, down here. The last box. Okay, very good. What time do you wake up? Think about what time you wake up and write that here.
How do you?
Just kind of, if it's close to 7 o'clock, write 7 o'clock. If it's closer to 6 o'clock, just write 6
I
o'clock.
don't know what time I wake up.
You probably wake up between maybe either 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
Sometimes I
Maybe
wake up.
7 o'clock.
Sometimes I wake
And then the next one says, what time do you go to bed? So you're going to write what time you go to bed under it.
I don't know.
So write what time you wake up, what time you go to bed. Maybe you wake up, I wake up really early, but my kids wake up at 6 o'clock and they go to bed by 8 o'clock. We try a little earlier, but